Hey everybody, I'm Nick Dorn, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit more about the Dominican Republic. You're about to go on a mission trip, and there's nothing worse than going abroad and not really knowing how to interact with people. So it's best if we start off talking about the culture, language, food, and history of the place that you're about to visit. So let's get going. Before you go on your trip, you need to know a little bit more about the history of Hispaniola. Hispaniola is the island where the Dominican Republic is in the east and Haiti is in the west. So how did the Dominican Republic become the Dominican Republic? How did Haiti become Haiti? They share a border, but that border's moved over the centuries. And that border has moved due to tensions that have been based in racism and socioeconomics. 1492 came, Columbus sailed that ocean blue, and it was the first island he landed on.
And I take possession of it in the name of Spain.
In the 1800s, after changing hands several times, this island of Hispaniola went from the Spanish to the French. Haiti actually had a revolution in the early 1800s. The Creole-speaking slaves revolted. Under the leadership of Toussaint Louverture, they took over this whole island. And it wasn't until about 1844 or so that the Spanish-speaking side of the island under the Dominicans fought back to essentially gain its independence from Haiti. I could talk your ear off about the history of the Hispaniola, the Dominican Republic, and Haiti. Wars, tension, property rights, power plays, politics, and socioeconomic tension seems to be kind of the norm for this island of Hispaniola through the centuries. So let's talk about the people of the Dominican Republic. They are incredibly diverse, European, African, and the indigenous races. So with this diversity, there becomes a sort of tension in society at large. Let's keep in mind that race, ethnicity, and immigration are prominent themes in the history of the Americas. In North, Central, and South American history, racism has existed and continues to. But it's important for you to be sensitive to the cultural nuances and impact that immigration has on societies. In particular, Haitian immigrants to the Dominican Republic have experienced discrimination. Recently, this has taken the form of a legal action. A high court in the Dominican Republic ruled that Dominicans had to prove their parents' legal status at birth. This went retroactively back to 1929, or they weren't going to be considered citizens at all. This had enormous ramifications. In fact, 250,000 people all of a sudden became stateless overnight, and many of them had been born in the Dominican Republic. And so when you start thinking about the implications at large of the historical and the political and the socioeconomic, really what it boils down to is ethnicity. But when you hit the Latin American world, this skin tone issue that ranges from light to dark carries with it a variety of issues. And this is going to impact the very people that we are going down to serve. Be sensitive to the fact that these socioeconomic and even racial tensions persist. So you'll be working with individuals that are there in the Batays who are of Haitian descent. So keep these things in mind, the history, these political sensitivities, and these tensions at large. And it might help you get a better understanding for those people that you'll be working with on this trip. Let's talk about the Batays. The Batays are essentially neighborhoods or communities on the outskirts of La Romana, the city that we're going to be going to. These are the places where the sugarcane plantation workers live. People of Haitian descent are typically the ones that are out in these Batays doing the bulk of the work, and this work is incredibly laborious. Now, most of the time they are out on the fields, but when they come home, what do these homes look like? Some homes are larger and slightly sturdier. Other homes are kind of like shacks. Some of these homes actually have gardens, and these people are self-sustainable. Yet other Batays don't have these resources or opportunities, and people have to hitch a ride to get into town to get those necessities. In terms of distance, that's like trying to hitch or walk from the plaza to the airport. While the realities of life are harsh, things are getting better. And as we continue to go down to the Dominican Republic and work with our Dominican partners, we will continue to see the lives of those people living in the Batays slowly but surely improve. While you're on the mission trip, you'll be staying at Casa Pastoral, which was actually the former pastor's home back in the day when the Haitian Missionary Baptist Church started thinking about how it could address the needs of those individuals living in the Batays. The Haitian Missionary Baptist Church is the root of all of our activities in La Romana in the Dominican Republic. It was from the Haitian Missionary Baptist Church that the Casa Pastoral was established, as well as the Good Samaritan Hospital, where you'll be doing a lot of your surgical work. Casa Pastoral is your home away from home. Be prepared for a wonderful time. You'll be meeting a variety of people from other states, and places around the world that want to serve as well. But most importantly, you'll be meeting some of the local friends who you really ought to get to know on a first name basis. The kitchen staff and those individuals that help load up buses and trucks, they are super friendly. As far as Casa Pastoral is concerned, it might feel a little rustic for some people on this international mission trip. The beds are going to be rickety and the showers are going to be cold, but after a long day of work, you're probably just going to want to cool off and lay down anyway. Now, let's talk about something a little bit more serious. Bathrooms. Just kidding. It's really not a big deal. The facilities at Casa Pastoral are modern, but remember, your paperwork is handled a different way. Trust me, if you don't, it'll be a real mess. A real mess. Something else. There are always going to be health concerns when you travel, so you just have to be smart about things and prepare in advance. For the most updated information about health concerns and precautions you can take, check out the CDC website. If you have any questions about any of the material that we've covered thus far in the video, or what's coming, please be sure to ask your team leader for more information. Let's talk about culture. 3 things in particular: food, la comida, language, la lengua, and music, música. Let's start with food. The food in the Dominican Republic is going to kind of have its 3 staples. You're going to have your beans, you're going to have your rice, and you're going to have your chicken. They call that order la bandera, or the flag. Granted, we know the white is the rice and the red is the beans, but trust me, their chicken isn't blue. Now, the meals are not always going to be beans, rice, and chicken, but expect to see that frequently. The breakfasts include eggs, sausage, bacon. Sometimes they have a potato-like dish like home fries. And the coffee is awesome, by the way. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner is going to be provided. The meals do vary at Casa Pastoral. You're welcome to buy or bring items to eat if you have dietary needs beyond the food provided by the wonderful cooks at Casa Pastoral. And also, they always have PB&J available for you to make your own sandwiches. La lengua in the Dominican Republic is Spanish, but it's important for you to realize, just like in speaking English, there are a variety of accents and dialects. So think of it like English, in that Scottish English, English English, Australian English, South African English, American English. It all varies, and they use different words for different things that sometimes are kind of funny to us. Excuse me, sir, where's the bathroom located?
Bathroom? We do not bathe in that water. Do you mean the loo?
In addition to Spanish, though, remember that this is the island of Hispaniola. So you've got people that speak Spanish, but you also have people of Haitian descent. And in Haiti, they speak Creole, which is kind of its own adapted language. But a smile speaks every language, so don't be afraid to smile with everyone that you meet. Let's talk about music. It permeates everything in the Dominican Republic, from the way the language is spoken to how people interact to their body movements at large. Go with the flow, have fun with this music. There are 3 genres of music that you're going to hear while you're in the Dominican Republic. There's merengue, there's bachata, and there's salsa. In particular, though, you're going to hear a lot of merengue because the Maranatha band is led by a number of individuals that you'll be working with. Wilkin, Moises, and others are incredible band leaders. If you get a free concert while you're down there, make sure you wear something comfortable the night that the band plays, because you will be moving. That concludes our cultural and historical orientation for your upcoming international mission trip. Thanks a lot for hanging out, and be sure to check out the other 2 videos we've prepared for you.